Man, Metta World Peace is in the neighborhood. First off, welcome back to the neighborhood, Metta.
Yo, it's good to be back.
Man, it's good to see you.
We had a lot of great times.
Yeah, man. We have celebrated a whole lot, bro. You brought a lot of cheer to our city as well, bro.
Thanks a lot.
No matter how many professional basketball jerseys you put on, you're always going to be that Laker.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's much appreciated. Shout out, RIP Dr. Bus and
man.
the Lake Show family.
Man, now let me ask you this, bro. And there's so many things that I do want to cover with you, Metta World Peace, man. First, Metta, do people still call you Ron sometimes?
Yeah,
do you answer to Ron Artest?
I do because I got a lot of fans that is attached to Ron Artest.
Does your ID say Metta World Peace?
The ID, the passport, Metta World Peace.
Do you have your ID on you?
Yeah, I do.
Can I see it?
Yeah, let me show you real
Show
quick.
us.
Let me show
Man.
you.
So if somebody were to cut you a check, which we're not going to do, you know what I'm saying? You would cut the check to like Metta World Peace?
PayPal, Metta World Peace now.
Yeah, man. So why change the name? And I know we've covered this, man, but this is probably new to her. For one, Metta, you shouldn't be carrying your passport on you either. But
I
have to,
but
that's all right.
You never know. You never know. You gotta go to China or you gotta go to like Italy.
Yeah. This is what OJ ran back to go try to get. Remember?
Oh man,
yes, Metta World Peace.
Yeah.
I heard. How did you arrive at the name Metta World Peace?
Well, when Chad Ocho,
You got some nice stamps in here too, if I may say so. You know?
Yeah, man, we be out. But when I went, when Chad Ochocinco changed his name, I was like, yo, that's so dope. And I'm like, I wanted to do it. And then at that time, it was like 2 years or 4 years before I changed my name to Metta.
Right. So, what's wild about that, man, is when you said Metta World Peace, everybody jumped on it. You know what I'm saying? But you legally changed your name.
Yeah, I legally changed it.
Is that hard? Because I feel like sometimes they say like, oh my God, you got to go in front of a judge and you got to do this, you got to explain it.
You got to explain it. They want to know why. And then like you got to change everything, your ID. The hardest thing is AAA. AAA is not going to let you call them and say, yo, I changed my name. Can you change that on my ID? AAA like, yo, you got to come into the office. It's the only thing that's
AAA is the harder one than the Social Security office.
It's harder than everything. AAA.
Like, man.
My AAA say, Ron, they say, if you don't come in this office, we ain't changing your name.
Yeah, they probably just wanted to get you in there. And can you sign this?
Yeah.
We'll push you to the front.
You have to sign this paper, this jersey, this hat, this paper.
Metta, how many rings do you have?
I got one ring, which I gave away.
Yeah. So you only got one championship with the Lakers?
One championship.
Damn.
And I should have had more other teams, but I got one. I don't know how I got it.
No, we know how you got it.
Got it.
Man, do you miss NBA basketball, like being on the court and everything, Metta?
I miss like the preparation. Like I miss the hard work and having the reason to work hard. And now, I'm just like semi-retired. I don't be having a reason to go to the gym. And then I go to the gym, like I'm horrible. I suck right now, And
now, what do you mean by semi-retired?
Because I didn't officially put in my papers or whatever.
You haven't announced retirement.
I haven't announced it yet.
So if a team came and that sometimes they pick somebody up for a year, 10 days, you still got that in you?
Well, I could. If they tell me like in June, I can get ready. But if you tell me like in August, then
right. But you look good, because some cats, when they step off the court, they start, They look a little,
letting that body go.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're so used to that hard work, and then when you're not working as hard, it's easy to just become, a little pudgy or just comfortable. Exactly.
But what's crazy is what's crazy is I'm trying to find a reason to compete and to stay in shape. So I'm always trying to be around fitness stuff. And I said, I'm always around business, always promoting, and I got even a fitness company. I'm like, I want to work out, and I said, you know what? Rather than do something different, maybe stay close to something that I'm used to, that I know that could actually help me, because I got up to 290.
Oh, really? How much you weigh now? Right. That's how you got to 290 in the house, huh?
I was just chilling. I had nothing to do.
Telling Shaq, send me some of them Krispy Kremes, man. I see what's going down. What's your weight right now, Metta?
I'm about 270. That's I played at 260. So 270 not too bad.
Man, but 10 extra pounds look different on you? To 290
you
looks
can see
different?
it in the gut. You can feel it.
Oh,
when you're in the airplane, you can't lean over. You can't.
How tall are you, Metta?
I'm about 6'5".
Can you walk into a regular bathroom on the plane?
Sometimes.
Because I'm 6'1", 6'9", and I have a problem in there.
It's a major problem. It's a problem. You walking like a giraffe.
Yeah.
And you cannot get comfortable. You try to figure it out. Yeah, it's tough.
Have you ever just stood outside the door and just pissed from there?
Yeah, I probably have when I was young. I'm sure. Knowing me, I don't know a lot of things I did. I can't remember.
Metta, how close do you stay to the NBA? Are you watching like the playoffs? Do you have a who you think going to the finals kind of thing?
So the other day, somebody said, this is a great game. And I'm like, who's playing?
Yeah.
And they said Cleveland. I said, who is Cleveland playing? I'm into basketball. I'm coaching kids, but in terms of up to date with the NBA, I'm not. You know, I do coach the South Bay Lakers like when I have time on part-time.
Right.
But all I do, I go into practice, I get my work in, but I don't even go to the games. Like, I'm not even tuned in right now.
Hey, man, who was the best player that you've played alongside?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Oh, I used to love you. When you guys go against each other when you played for the Rockets.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I miss those days.
I mean, if we could rewind the time and bring it back, that would be amazing. I miss the days where I was able to go on the court and, you know, you can just dominate and fade away three. Cannot do it no more.
Right, yeah. But you saw and you were a part of the greatness. You know what I'm saying? We saw a legacy in front of us. We knew that there was history being made when we saw that Laker team out there, man.
Yeah.
Who do you think, and not next because you can't replace anyone, but do you see that in like people? We so quick to say GOAT now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Curry, GOAT.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like who is that next one that you'll say, man, they're earning that name, that keepsake?
Well, I like a lot of them right now. I think James Harden needs like 2 to 3 more good years, even though he's putting a lot of work.
Yeah.
He's getting up there.
Is there a flaw with Harding?
I think his flaw was when he would just dribble all the time and not pass. He does the same thing now, but he makes his team better.
Right, I hear you.
But before when he was doing it, it was just all about him, and he learned how to kind of make his teammates better.
And who's the next?
I like Curry is like head and shoulders above everybody to me. I think when Durant got there, that's when Durant won. I think Curry would have still won without Durant.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just made it a little easier.
Made it a little easier. Curry is like.
How do you feel now with teams we used to build the legacy, and now it's like I'm just gonna go. It's almost like a video game where you're getting all-star players, and you know how do you feel about people saying,
Super
okay,
team.
I'm gone? Yeah, the super team.
Well, you know, the thing that we don't get, and the older generation is always bashing the younger generation. Jordan had Pippen and Rodman. You know what I'm saying? And then Rodman joined the Bulls, and you know, and then the Spurs pulled a fast one when they tanked that season and got Tim Duncan. You know, and so this has been happening for years. Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, top 50 is like it happened. So it's not like now the older generation is always trying to say like, oh, this younger generation, all they want to do is stack up their team. We did the same exact.
Right. Ron, you did Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
How long were you on there? Like what? 14 minutes?
I was. Yeah.
No, you did.
I mean, yeah, let's time it. Literally, I was. So you spend 2 weeks getting ready. No, actually 2 months.
Yeah.
And 5-hour practices.
Wow.
And I would go to practice for 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, there you go.
They'd be like, "Where you at?" I'm like, "I'm not coming back."
Yeah. Oh yeah. I gotta go to the car real
It was
quick.
too
Just
hard?
start it up and leave.
It's just too busy to practice
That's
for
long.
5 hours.
5 hours? Anybody got 5 hours?
Yeah.
I felt bad though. Peter was great, and she would be so mad. Can you please come back? And I'm like, this is like ABC. I'm like, oh, sorry. ABC.
So you would get up and leave for real?
I arrived late. So instead of arriving like 2 hours and a half and then lunch break and another 2 hours and a half, I would arrive like 30 minutes before lunch break.
And do the lunch.
Go to lunch and go
and
home.
break.
Yeah.
How long were you on that season?
So I was on that.
Because people, we like you, so we gonna vote you
We
through.
voted.
I was the first one eliminated.
Damn. I guess
it
we
was
didn't
only-
like
Yeah, I
you.
was like, did y'all really vote?
was
So
only
it
us
really
voting.
was 16 minutes.
Yeah.
Was she mad?
Peter was crying. I felt so bad for her. She was crying.
You didn't feel
it's
that
like me.
bad. You didn't go to practice.
I know, but when you see her crying, you know what I'm saying?
That's your boy, right? Yeah.
Shout out to Bonkers in the building.
If
Man.
they gave you a second chance, would you say yes?
No. Well, he won't
I would
put
do
the
it
work
again.
in.
Yeah?
It's too much TV time. I mean, I was on Big Brother.
Yeah. I enjoyed you on that.
You know what I'm saying?
and you left Big Brother too.
I love Big Brother, man.
Why do these shows if you just gonna leave, man?
Big Brother was crazy.
That Big
man.
Brother Celebrity
You should
Edition,
do it.
you got to be a celebrity first to get on
You're
there.
a
You're a
celebrity.
celebrity.
They be
What
like,
are you
and who is
talking
he? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Always have
They
to
know
wear
who
name
you
tag.
are.
yeah. I got to wear one of them. Hi, my name is.
They know who you are.
Now, what made you do Big Brother? People on Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother, people loved you on that show.
show was crazy.
Yeah, man. Is it hard being in that house? Like away from family and just shut in and sequestered like that?
Well, like what made me do it, somebody brought it to me. Went back to my girl and I was like, should I do it? She said, don't do it. That's where celebrities go to the grave. It's like your
right. That's the graveyard.
So I'm calling everybody. I'm like, yo, am I done? Am I not a celebrity no more? So you know, and then and some people was like, yo, it was on CBS. I'm like, yo, this is CBS. You tripping, baby girl.
Right.
We about to be in front of millions and millions of people. So when I did it, it was hard. I got sequestered. That was tough. Being away from the family, no books, no phone, no pen,
music?
nothing.
No pen.
Damn.
No
Wait,
music,
they don't let y'all read a
nothing.
book?
Nothing.
Oh, God.
So I was going
They want you to go crazy.
in there. They want you to go crazy.
And how long were you in there? Because this one was like a 2-week one, right?
This one was a month.
A month. Oh, hell no.
It was a month. And then I was trying to leave the first day.
Yeah.
Right? So I was telling everybody in the house, you know, you trying to stay in the game.
You were
So
like,
I'm
get me out of here.
I'm like, yo, can y'all please vote me out? You know what I'm
my
saying?
God.
So they purposely keeping me in the game because they know I want to leave.
Damn.
That sucks.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
then when Keisha Knight Pulliam, when she left, you were like, ah, damn.
I was so mad when she left. I'm like,
Because that was my card.
I was supposed to be gone, you know.
Yeah.
But Keisha, that's family. But during the show, it was like
And that was when Omarosa was in, right?
Omarosa was still there.
How was it with Omarosa? You know,
That's my
after
big
just
sister. I
coming
love
right
her.
out of the White House. Like,
Yeah.
what did she was talking a lot about
Yeah,
Donald
she
Trump, huh?
was.
She was. I mean, I'm like, yo, we're gonna die right now.
Yeah, man.
We'll be just talking, and she's talking something. I'm looking out for jets coming over with a
Yeah.
B-2 bomber.
Yeah, like, baby girl, you better slow up. You know what I'm saying? You talking a whole lot of mess and you still black.
You know what I mean? But she big. I didn't know who she was, by the way. When we got into the house,
Wow.
I didn't know anybody but Chuck Liddell and Rudy Huxtable.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who I Can Fly was.
Yeah, Mark McGrath.
Until 10 days later, I'm like, that's your song? Oh my goodness.
Like, but everybody knew who you were, though.
I mean, yeah, I don't, yeah, they, a couple of them.
Yeah, he was like, yeah.
Except
Yeah,
Ariadna. That's my little baby sis right there.
Which one was that?
Miss Columbia.
Oh, yeah. And see, she
Yeah.
got in the house from Steve Harvey saying the wrong
Yeah.
the wrong thing.
wow.
Yeah, she was on there. So
Yeah.
I guess I could be in that house. Man, Metta World Peace is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes, it is.
And you have not been a stranger to being a person that you know, you speak out.
Yeah.
You know, what does Mental Health Awareness Month? What does that mean to you?
But for me, you know, my auntie's in a psychiatric ward. She's been there since I was like 10 years old. You know, I'm 38 now. Mm-hmm. So we took her babies right from the hospital to our house. So those are my brothers, my cousins. You know, and then her son, which is like my brother, he's been in and out the psychiatric ward since he was like 10. You know, like group homes and all that stuff. And jail, all that stuff. And then my older brother, which is my cousin, he did 10 years straight drug trafficking, no parole, nothing. He just took him and locked him away.
So you've seen it.
And then, my dad functioned on medication. My baby sister right now, she's in and out. She's been in and out since she was 13. She's like 25. So my household was like kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm like, how can I fix this problem? It was just so annoying and it bothered me and it frustrated me to know that I'm playing these games and my family is going through so much mentally.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure I bring awareness to that and then try to help other people still trying to help my family.
Was it a struggle for you as well?
Absolutely. Because we grow up around it. And then when in my household, the first reaction was to bring you to the psychiatrist, not even psychologist. So luckily I wasn't brought to a psychiatrist when I was young. Because I could have been easily on medication.
Right.
Because that's how my parents' first reaction was, take him to the doctor. So that's how my brothers got on medication. And then you can't get off the medication.
Right.
Do you think that sometimes the medication makes it worse, though?
It depends. Like if you got a real chemical imbalance, then you might need medication. Like if you're a schizophrenic, there's no way around it. You know what I mean? But if you're not a schizophrenic and you go to the hospital and they diagnose you and you're giving you medicine, like you're never getting off that medicine. If you get on it when you're 15, then you're 25. Like your whole life, you just lost 10 years.
Right.
And then it might take you 5. You might get off it, but most likely you're not.
Wow.
If you don't need it. So
Hey, were you ever concerned with your own mental stability?
Absolutely.
Why?
Lots of times because, you know, the depression, then like, you know, anxiety, you know, and then I was also going through a lot. I had babies at 16, so I'm a young parent, you know, going through a lot, trying to find myself as a 16-year-old dad.
Yeah.
You know, and so it took me a while to get diagnosed the right way. I was diagnosed by psychiatrists and psychologists.
And what do you mean by diagnosed? Like, what was it?
Well, my first diagnosis was I was 13 when I saw a counselor, not even a therapist, not even a psychologist. Mm-hmm. Then when I got to the NBA, I saw a psychiatrist. Mm-hmm. So then they would ask me, hey, what medication is your dad on? Right? So then I told them the medication that my dad was on, it was a high dosage, right? Mm. So they like, if he get on this, like he's done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they gave me a half dosage. So the first time I took the first medicine, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I can never take this. So I didn't tell them I threw it away, but I threw all of it in the toilet.
Wow.
So I got to figure this out on my own. I ain't taking this medicine.
Right.
Because it was making me feel like crazy. Mm-hmm. So then, after a couple of years, years and years and years, I started to speak to psychologist after psychologist after psychologist, and I got comfortable. I found some good ones. Then we was able to really patch some things up, open up some wounds, heal them. Yeah, and you become a different person, and you're getting older. You get these kids, they call them like ADA, all that stuff. But these kids is growing, they're creative, they don't want to be boxed in, and you got to give them time to grow. You don't want to put them on medicine when freaking 12 years old.
Right, yeah.
We just were called hyper back then.
Yeah. Go sit down.
Yeah.
So what is your missions and foundations? And where do you put your, because even when you did you auction off a ring?
I was going to auction it. I thought it would have been better to raffle it. Yeah. And somebody offered me $55,000 for the ring. I said, I think I can make more if I raffled it, and I proved it right. I almost raised almost $1 million when I raffled it. Mm-hmm. And we gave it all the money away to mental health institutions.
Man,
it was good.
Let me ask you this: when you see you've had so much of mental, you've been there, through your whole life, family members, you're wondering what's going on. When you see Kanye, do you see something in Kanye that is somebody trying to sell records, or somebody that's just, he's just a genius, or do you see that there is a mental, like something mental
tendencies
there?
Maybe.
Well, I know Kanye.
Yeah,
I don't agree with the thing he said about slavery. Some of the things he do, I think, you have to sell yourself as an artist. Mm-hmm. All these single sports, tennis, boxing, rapper, singer, you got to sell yourself. Kanye, we know he spoke up for black people. Yeah. The time he said the thing about Bush. So even if he did something wrong, he's like even in my book because he did a lot of good things. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's over the top, but who's not over the top?
Right.
Who's not, I know I'm over the top at times, so, but I don't really know what he's doing right now. I don't really like kind of relate to it. Mm-hmm. With the exception of sometimes he'll say something that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Did you see the TMZ live thing?
I didn't see the. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see that. I saw the end of it.
Yeah, because I was wondering if you had watched the whole thing, if you just thought like, no, I think we need to pull brother down and talk with him. Not medication, but just an evaluation.
Well, sometimes in this life, man, in this entertainment life, you're trying to stay on top. At the same time, you're trying to get back to your community. Like me, I don't care about being number one. I work hard. That's it.
Right.
And if I'm number one, great. And in the entertainment life, you're always trying to be number one, and it can be real tough.
How do you take that and with the demands of being a champion and, because that is a lot of demands.
It is, right? Because you want to be number one. And I always had a problem with losing. So when I was in the Madison Square Garden a couple of years ago, a long time ago, we lost a game. I took the TV monitor, threw it on the floor. I took the camera, threw it. And I was just so mad because we lost. And as I got older, I'm like, I don't really care about losing. I'm going to do as best as I can in the summertime, practice as hard as I can, and if I lose, so be it.
What do you tell the kids now that you coach?
I tell them to put everything into the game. So, like, for example, if you hate losing, or you want to be number one, don't do anything, like I tell my son, don't do anything extra. Don't be fouling extra, getting flagrant fouls. Like, put it all into the game. Mm-hmm. And that's what I tell my young boys now, when I coach them.
Metta World, I'm going to touch on this, then we're going to leave it here because this is something I know that you're tired of speaking about, but the Malice at the Palace.
Mm. Yeah, it's good.
I'm going to tell you Metta World piece. Now, when I saw that basketball game, I didn't know what I was looking at first. I wasn't watching it live. You were with the Indiana Pacers then, correct?
Right.
And I'm looking at the news, and I see NBA players jumping into the audience, whooping asses. What happened that night? Because you've been on the court so many times.
Mm-hmm. And I talk about it in my book a little bit. Yeah. And I talk about it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But because my book is pretty much an open book. I don't even know I got a book.
Right. You said they made you.
You know what I'm saying? But so what happened was I I had a therapy session that night before with my counselor because I was averaging 25. The season before that, I was averaging 18. Got Defensive Player of the Year, 13 more NBA All-Star, and this season I said I'm getting MVP, and I was on my way. So when I fouled Ben Wallace, he pushed me, and everybody's like, "Why you didn't react?" I'm like, "Okay, I was just talking to my counselor, and anytime something goes down, I'm going to chill, I'm going the other way." So that's what I was working on. When I went to the scores table, I got hit with the cup. So much was happening at the time, and when I got hit with the cup, caught me off guard. I just lost it.
Yeah,
and but the guy who hit me with the cup. When the guy raised his hand and I ran into the stands and I started shaking that guy. I didn't hit him. I went there, I wanted to shake the shit out of him.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like what are you doing throwing a cup in my face? I didn't want to punch him, and that's what I did. But he made a bet with the guy who threw the cup for $50. So they bet $50 that he could hit me with the cup. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people don't talk about. They still try to go. I'm the only one that talk about that. And I told Jermaine, because I know the guy who hit me. We kind of cool now.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Me and John Green. So we've been speaking for like the last 5 years.
So the one that threw the cup, you still speak with him now?
Yeah, we patched that up a long time ago. Long time ago.
Had you ever, because you put hands on, you tried to.
Yeah.
After you guys started talking, did you ever tell him like, "Hey man, I'm gonna need that fade from you. I'm gonna need that one-on-one because I think I owe you these hands."
It would be a great. I think people would pay to see that on people.
Yeah, I would because I'm gonna tell you, man, because you had already walked away from Wallace, then you laid down.
I was chilling
when the cup hit you.
I was chilling.
And what's my other cat's name?
There was no escape. What else could I do?
Jermaine O'Neal, the slide punch.
Slide punch was amazing.
Man. I loved it. Did you get fined for that, for beating up the fans?
Well, I got suspended, so no check.
Right.
And I lost every single endorsement deal I had that day. Literally every single one was
They're like,
gone.
Damn. Do you now wish that you would have put all hands on them?
Well, I wish I would have fought Ben Wallace. I would have got fined a couple $100,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Instead, I lost like the upside. It wasn't even that salary. It was the future salaries.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's
so much was lost.
That's a hard jacket to wear because you couldn't take that off for a long time. How many years did that follow you around?
Well, it still does, but I don't really care. Like what I did the next day, I said, okay, if y'all gonna take this away from me, y'all saw me on TV. I was on NBC. I promoted the album. I just executive produced the Lord's album. I'm from the streets. I'm a hustler. I'm not gonna beg, man. I'm not gonna beg you, for my freedom or for something somebody did to me. I'm just not built like that.
How did you catch back up with the guy that threw the cup? Was it like court stuff?
Nah, so what happened was I was on Twitter and I was like going through a lot during that time. And I was like going to the airports and like thinking everybody hate me, So I said, I hate feeling like this. This is not a good feeling. So I said, I'm gonna reach out to him. I reached out to him through some people on Twitter, blah, 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 patched it up.
Damn.
And that was it. I'm cool, man. I don't
what does he say about that? Because he changed a lot of your life as well.
Yeah. He did, but he said, the first time he spoke, he was like, I'm sorry about what happened.
And it was a $50 bet.
$50
As long as I've known you, I've never heard that.
Yeah. No, they don't talk about that, and they don't show a lot. They show me getting up, but when we was in court, they had a lot of angles. So we saw everything. They trying to say, so what happened here? Like you see what happened. You don't need to see no more cameras. But they have all the angles. You see the guy throwing it. They never show the guy throwing the cup.
Damn.
They don't show it. So it's like, and it looks, so from a fan, all they see is that highlight. So, but I don't be tripping, man. I'm not, going to be like begging for somebody to think differently of me. I really don't care. I'm doing my thing. My son graduated at 15 and a half.
That's awesome.
He got Stanford, Berkeley. He got his own tech company. He invested in Tesla when he was 12 at $30.
Wow.
Yo, my kids is good. Like, I got a lot of female businesses that I started for women. Like, I'm not gonna let that affect me. That the money's good, but if you put your mind to it, you can get it back.
Hey man,
you know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping.
Drake just recently got slapped on the hand for talking a lot of mess to an NBA player.
Yeah, he do that a lot.
Yeah, if you had walked past Drake back then, would you have punched Drake in his mouth?
I think when I was younger, I would have said something to Drake.
Right.
Probably. But as you get older, Drake is into it. He's young, but he's older now. But he's an NBA owner in Toronto. He living the life. He right there on the floor, owning the team and talking trash. He living the life.
I ain't mad at him, man.
He living the life. But I would have. They would have had security probably between.
Is it hard to be an NBA player? Like, did you have them contracts where it said you couldn't ride motorcycles and you could? What are the things that we don't see?
You can't ski.
Which
sucks because skiing is fun if you ever skied.
Right, go ahead.
You can't jet ski.
Damn.
But people still jet ski.
Yeah, I see that.
You can't do anything. You can't snowboard. You know.
And that's in your contract.
Yeah.
How many uniforms do you guys get?
Well, some people only get like, 2 per game. Like if you're away, you'll have like 1 uni. And then they have a backup. But I always had 2 because I always changed my jersey at halftime.
Why?
I change everything at halftime. Cause I hate being wet.
Wet like that?
Yeah, I hate being wet. I change everything.
Now, do you still have any of your old Laker outfits? Because then you give like one of your jerseys to Chris Brown or something.
Chris Brown got
do
my
you regret
championship.
that?
I don't regret it, but sometimes I'm like, I never see him post it. Like I don't see him happy about it.
Right? Ah!
Big boy, we was here in your studio when I gave him that jersey.
Yes, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Chris Brown, you want the jersey? I'm honored to
and
get
that was the
jersey.
championship jersey.
But I feel like it's not hanging on his wall. You
like
know
he
what
don't
I'm
know
saying?
what he got.
I feel like it's like in the laundry basket.
Or
in his other house.
Or he probably, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or he probably like, damn, he did give me that.
Yeah.
Man, look in that camera and tell Chris that you want that jersey back.
Now, I don't want it back, Chris. I just want you to post it one time. You know what I mean?
Let you know it's okay. Let you know that it's okay.
I love Chris
and
Brown,
it's being
man.
taken care of.
Yeah.
Metta, who is this sitting next to you, bro?
Yo, we got Bonkers from Compton, and y'all know I'm into the music.
Yeah, man.
I'm more on the consulting side now. Not as much rapping anymore, but I still enjoy it, although I'm doing different things. Bonkers is one of the, when he was performing, I don't know this guy from 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when I seen him perform.
Oh, so this is a new relationship.
A new relationship.
Out of all the people that you could have seen, and you brought us some talent for years.
Yeah.
What made you look at Bonkers?
Man, his performance was crazy. And it was that real hard gutter that hits you right inside your heart. And I'm listening to him, and I'm going there to say what's up to Baca, the producer of the show. So I couldn't even leave. I'm like in the crowd, like this dude could perform. So I'm just like, yo, and I like that because if you're an artist, you have to be able to perform.
Yeah, and if somebody gets you on a live performance, it's not that it's easy, but you can go in the studio and cut and say, all right, let's double up on that line. All right, punch me in right here, and you can get the perfection.
Right.
But when you see somebody on stage,
it was crazy, man. It was great. I was very impressed. It was a lot of great artists there that day. So I want to shout out to all the people that came to Baca's.
Yeah, but they're not sitting with you. So
they're not sitting with me here.
Yeah, something happened.
But I was very impressed, and I felt it, and I'm like, wow, I want to see him perform more, and I want to So I said, I was supposed to see him in 2 months from now, but I was coming here at the Big Boy. I'm like, yo, come here in the morning.
What's the relationship now?
We just chilling.
You looking out and.
We just chilling, like we're not like signed or nothing like that. But I'm hoping
that mic over there for him.
I'm hoping we can work together. Absolutely,
really?
Yeah, absolutely. I love how he performs. I think he can.
And that's just from you seeing what he was doing, and taking your energy and saying, "Man, I think we got something here."
Absolutely. I think like and he's from LA. It's my first time really even working with somebody from LA, which I'm kind of happy about. And he's doing his own thing. He got his own.
Yeah, Bonkers was like, I was going already, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Like you came to see us perform.
Yeah.
And Bonkers, do I know the name Bonkers?
No, you don't.
No.
But
okay, so hello.
You do now.
Easy call. and it'll pop up everywhere, man. And you from the city?
Yeah, from the city.
Really dope. Compton. So solo or
solo? It's just me, man. Like I said, Metta see me at that show and show some love. He was like, you got management or a deal? I'm like, nothing, man. It's just me. You feel me? Like from studio time to everything, shows and
now why trust in Metta?
Man, I looked up to this dude. You feel me? Like I grew up watching him. So it was like, I had that question, but for me it was just like watching his interviews after the games and just
and nobody talked bad about him. No, of course, we say he beat up some fans in the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Who hasn't?
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? You probably may come down and you have to beat up. You know what I mean? We just meeting. You probably had to put hands on somebody before, Bonkers. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But no, you never hear like dirty.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
His name was clean, and like I said, for me, he was a legend growing up. So it was like, yeah, I'm gonna ride with you if you riding with me. You know what I'm saying?
And you already gone anyway, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always good with somebody that could have a little put a little gas, put a little
exactly.
gas in the tank as well.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I want to see where it goes to as well, man. Gridello Basketball Festival, that is going down, man. The first annual Gridello Celebrity Basketball Festival. What is that, Metta?
So Gridello's my tech company.
Tech company. I ain't mad. Boy.
Yeah. I started that. That's my passion, right? That's my focus right now. I kind of gave up a lot of things to work on this. I was at UCLA last year for digital analytics. I went for business analytics, Google analytics, and I was a math major in college.
Go ahead now.
Right. So I was when I was like retiring, I'm like, what am I going to do? Right. And I knew I had some brains, but I never used it.
Right.
And I was an MBA. And my son has his own tech company, so we partnering together. And he's a coder also.
And how old is your son?
He started coding when he was like 12.
Damn, and how old is he now?
He's 17. He got Stanford. He got MIT everywhere.
Jesus
pretty
Christ.
much can do anything.
And you say he put money into
it?
Tesla years ago?
He put money into Tesla when he was 11. That's why I invested in Tesla, because my son told me. He put money into AMD when it was $2. Now it's 10. He invested in NVDA. These are all on the ticker symbol. He invested in when it's $75, and now it's like $290. He's a real strategic investor. My little son.
I'm gonna give him my money to invest for me because I'm horrible at it.
Man, he's already 17.
He's 17. He got investments coming from like a lot of billionaires investing in his company and stuff.
And what is Tesla at now?
Tesla's at about 280 right now.
And he got in at 30?
He got in at like 12 years old. Yeah.
Jesus.
He got in at 12 years old.
Jesus.
But he's a special kid, and we got a tech company together. But when he was 10, he started a book club for 8-year-olds because his friends couldn't read like he could read. He said, "Dad, I want to do a book club because my friends can't read." He's that type of kid.
God.
He was 10 years old, right? So Gridello is like about education. We partnered with the Board of Education, and for this event, all the proceeds are going to the Board of Education.
I love it.
So Floyd Mayweather was kind enough to lend me his name, the TMT. So TMT's a sponsor, and that brought along the game, and the game brought along a bunch of other celebrities, as I'm so grateful for. It's a basketball festival. We got a celebrity game at the end. And then Chanel West Coast is coming, and Trinidad James. Like, I'm so grateful for this day.
We were just talking about Trinidad a couple of days ago.
Trinidad James,
but what I do want to,
for these guys.
What I'm seeing here, man, the Gridello Basketball Festival is an all-day event.
All day.
It'll be Lakers Foundation Youth Summer Camp going on, a high school basketball tournament, a dunk competition, and cheerleader, dance, and drumline competitions, celebrity basketball game, outdoor carnival full of rides, games, foods, contests, and more. And like we say, man, the money team got in there, and the
money team,
and they kicked in. So a lot of celebrities are coming out as well.
Yeah.
And that is going down Saturday, May 12th at University High School, and that's like in West LA.
That's in West LA on Texas Avenue.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a great one. Once again, Gridello Basketball, and I love that it's a festival.
It's a festival.
Because people do festivals now, and people do the celebrity basketball games. But when you look at everything that's going down, that it is all day.
Yes.
There are camps there. There's competitions there. There's the outdoor carnival. There's few family. So you bring in your family as well.
Yeah, please bring your family. And they always have music festivals. I want a basketball festival.
Yeah,
we got music involved, but also we're going to have mental health agencies. Going to be about 10 of them, so we can show the kids and the parents how to get access. A lot of the agencies don't know how to access the kids, and a lot of kids don't know how to access the help.
I love it.
So we got education, we got job workforce, we got all types of things. We got financial literacy. It's going to be more than just basketball. So please come out and support.
Why did you feel that it was necessary to do the Gridello Celebrity Basketball Festival?
It's important because in our communities, you look at the real estate boom, but our communities don't know about it. They're not going to come into your community knowing that we are definitely going to have millionaires coming out, because it's a fact. You look at Drake, you look at Ice Cube, right? Look, it's a fact. So, but they're not prepared to spend that money in the right way. They're not educated, and then also our families are broken in our communities. So we even got parenting counseling that's going to be there to teach these young kids how to become good parents. All this stuff that's not accessible, we're trying to make it accessible for our future, for our youth.
New book, No Malice. No Malice.
No Malice.
What made you write a book?
Well, I always wanted to do a book. This book came, it was a surprise. My agent said, "Hey, you want to do a book?" I'm like, "What am I going to do a book about?" You can go on YouTube and Google and find me. And everything's out there about me. So they said they want to dig deeper. They said people do books, and books is real good. So I got with this guy, Ryan Dempsey. We talked for like 2 weeks, and he couldn't convince me. Then he finally convinced me. He did a lot of research, talking to my family. It was real therapeutic. I was out there. I was talking a lot. And I said, if we do the book, I want it to be uncensored. Anything I say, anything my family say, anything anybody says, I don't want you to bleep anything.
And the foreword's by Phil Jackson as well.
And the foreword
it's
by Phil
crazy,
Jackson.
man, because I wrote a book too, Metta, and my book was therapeutic.
Yeah.
And it's crazy once you start talking to someone and you start peeling off these layers that you don't let people in, or you just start to realize like, damn, I see why this happened in my life, or why I felt this way, or I hadn't had a chance to talk to anyone. And plus, you could sit with someone on an airplane, you can see somebody at a mall, whatever, and you could tell them your story.
Yeah.
But you can't sit with everybody at the mall
Right,
and tell them your
right,
story.
right. It's
so
true.
it's always good to put it in the book, man.
I see what you're
and
saying.
it's your story. Like, we can go and get clickbait and get all the Metta World Peace and put something together. But even knowing, I didn't even know all these years that I've known you that the guy, it was a $50 bet to throw that cup at you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the real relationship with you and Kobe Bryant? Did you witness anything that was crazy? And not that it's a tell-all book.
Right.
But it's a book about you and your life and the things that you experienced, man. And it's no malice, my life in basketball, or how a kid from Queensbridge survived the streets, the brawls, and himself to become an NBA champion.
Yes, absolutely, man. I'm grateful for the book. It took a long time, but we did it.
Are you satisfied with the book?
I'm satisfied with it. And then we was trying to get a good forward. When they was asking me to get a forward, I'm like, wow, who am I going to call? I don't know.
Right.
And they said Phil Jackson. I said, Phil Jackson's not going to
Right.
do it. And he said, hey, Metta, just get me the information, and I would love to do your book. You got a real inspiring story.
I love it, man.
That's awesome.
How did you feel when you read his forward?
It was great, man. Phil Jackson he influenced my life. One of the reasons I changed my name, you know, I got into Buddhism. I'm really grateful for Phil.
So are you a Buddhist?
I'm not a Buddhist, but I lean towards that, you know,
Do you chant?
more.
The meaning of meta.
I use Metta's a Buddhist. The name it all came from Buddhism.
Right. Do you chant or
I used to chant, but not no more.
like morning gangyo? and-
Nah, I did for a while.
Yeah.
But not more like the breathing exercises.
I hear you.
I love those. Yeah.
I heard that. Does it balance you? Do you meditate?
Yeah, meditation, all that. It's
Hey,
good.
man,
I
you
love
should
it.
do a thing called meditate.
Hey.
Like Metta World Peace.
There it is.
That's dope.
There it is.
Seriously.
Metta World Peace. Definitely want to thank you for coming
Thank
into the
you.
neighborhood and hanging out with us, man. And is there like, how do we get more information also on Gradello? Is there a web, or do we follow you on Instagram?
Yeah. Please download the app, Gradello, on the App Store. It's only available for iOS. We are upgrading very shortly. Download the app, follow Metta and you'll find out everything that we're doing. We're really trying to, you know, take it to the next level for sports and education.
I heard that, man. Metta World Peace in the neighborhood, Big Boy's
Big Boy.
neighborhood.